We'll see about that. Okay, so we kind of went over this on Saturday with, we had like a little group team building thing with the age groups and the juniors, so I know some of you guys have already heard this, but I wanted to kind of explain this to you guys, so then we have a little activity afterwards. So I want you to think about it this way. There's a lot of different ways to think about teams and what levels of teams are and how good teams can become. For this today, let's think of it in this way. There's 4 different types of teams, right? 4 kinds of teams. There are teams in name only, there are good teams, there are great teams, and there are legacy teams, okay? So teams in name only, what do you think that is? What does that mean? What do you think?
Just like individual people.
Yeah, so this is teams that, you might say these are like not necessarily bad teams, but these are teams where it's just a bunch of people doing their own thing, not really caring too much about other people, but they all happen to wear the same color. Or they just all happen to, you know, in name, they're on the same, they go to the same school, whatever, okay? The next level of teams are good teams. What do you think good teams are? What do you think, what are the, Isaac, what do you think?
Teams that score points together?
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe. What else? Anything else?
Slightly more cohesive than a team in name only.
Yeah, I would say good teams can be actually very cohesive. So good teams are teams that they get along really well. You know, they push each other, they work hard, they get along, they bond, you know, and they care about each other. Those are good teams. It's not a lot of good teams. Most of the teams are here. There's only a couple teams there, right? Then there's great teams. What's the difference between good and great teams? Any guesses?
Great teams are better.
Yes. Why? Thanks, Kiss.
Work harder.
Maybe.
They help each other achieve goals.
I think that's close. I'd say the difference between good teams and great teams is this. Good teams all get along, work really hard, push each other. Great teams, they have a common goal that is more important to them than their own kind of individual goal. And they know that if they put it out there for the team to achieve the team's goals, that's the best way they can achieve their individual goals. Okay? Does that kind of make sense? So it's kind of like the common goal is more important and takes priority. The team is more important than my own. Like, I can't whine and cry about how I raced because the team needs me to still step up and do these things. And I need to do what's important for the team right now. Right? Then finally, our legacy teams. What does that word legacy mean? Zach? I don't know, you're just Johnny Vocabulary. What do you think? Legacy teams. What's a legacy? What does legacy mean?
Like a memory that you leave. If you're part of a legacy team, you might like still think you're part of it even after you're done swimming.
Yeah, so legacy is basically like passing something on to the next generation, so to speak, right? So legacy teams, and there are very few of these, are teams that how the team might look in 10 years when I'm not even a part of the team anymore is still incredibly important to me. So everything that's already happened with the team and everything that hasn't happened yet are still important, and I'm going to take steps to try and improve. Okay? So legacy teams, Kenyon, right? How important is Kenyon College's continued success to you?
Very, very important.
Very important, and you can ask almost anybody on that team that continuing to be successful and next generations of Kenyon swimmers who they don't even know they're Kenyon swimmers yet are really important, right? So here's what I want you to ask yourselves real quick. Where do you think we are as a team? And if you were here on Saturday, don't answer. Just take a guess. There's no wrong answer. Just wondering what you guys think. Where do you think we are?
Great team.
Great team?
Good team.
Isaac says good team?
We're in between.
1.5.
You say we're in between?
Yeah,
1.5? So this was the same answer that we got on Saturday from the younger kids. They were like, we're good and sometimes great. And I said, are great teams that are great sometimes good? Like, there's really no in between. Either you're a great team or you're not. Either you're doing it all the time or you're not, right? So my guess is that we're right here. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's not a lot of teams that are there. But so now here's what we're going to do. We're gonna split into some groups. You're going to take a piece of paper. I want like maybe 4 or 5 groups. and try and split it up so that each group has at least one kid who's, one boy, one girl, maybe somebody from the junior group. And I want you to kind of come up with 3 things. What do we need to do as a team, as groups, as individuals? What do we need to do to go from a good team to a great team? Let's not worry about this for now, but this is where we're going. But for right now, we're here. How do we get there? What do we need to do differently? Or maybe not just differently, but what are the things that we need to do as teammates to take that step from good to great? Okay? So come on up. Somebody grab a